Hello everyone, it's Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and welcome to what I'm calling a September vlog, if you will, a September chat. It's just something that I've noticed that you guys really enjoyed after that update and that kind of personal look that I shared in August. And some of you said you want to see more of that. You want to hear how things are going as our year is changing. So I thought once a month I would just kind of pop in here and we'll do kind of a chat. I think YouTubers call it vlogging. It's a video blog, if you will. And I'm a blogger. Maybe you don't know that. I actually have been blogging and running a website for 10 years called Joyfully Thriving. So to me, this comes naturally. And the cool thing about video is that you guys get to know me, I feel like, a little bit more because you're seeing me and you're hearing me, and it's just a fun thing. So this is a video you don't have to really watch for any deals. I'm not going to show you anything. You can just listen as you're going about doing what you're doing while you're doing the dishes at night. It's when I tend to catch up on some YouTube videos or folding laundry. My other favorite time for listening. It just helps make those regular chores go a little bit faster. So that's what this is. Let's talk now for a little bit for September here. I just want to share an update of how things are going as I am transitioning back into working outside the home, and some things that have really been helping me. Some just simple things, I think, but as we're about 6 weeks into the new school year, some things that I have discovered are making our schedule work and how I'm kind of maximizing my time, if you will. So if you missed the update, or this is the first time you're getting a chance to know me, I'm Kristen. Like I said, I'm a blogger. I run an Etsy shop. I am a mom of 4 kids, ages 9, 7, 5, and 3. And I'm married to a Lutheran school teacher who is now a principal at our school. I was a Lutheran school teacher for 10 years before we started having kids, and I've been home with them for the past decade and building my own from home business as I was home with their kids. And I loved that. But this summer it worked out that there was a need for me to go back to teaching. And so I am this year team teaching kindergarten with another wonderful teacher who also agreed to share this position with me for the year. So I am teaching kindergarten every morning at the school where my husband is principal and where all of my kids go. So all 6 of us in our family are at school together every day, which is a really unique opportunity and ministry to have, that we are all in this together at our school. And I am enjoying it. I will come right out and we'll start with that. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. I've always enjoyed teaching, and I was a little excited about going back to it, but I just knew it was going to stretch me and it would be a challenge. It's a lot to juggle. And so that was my biggest concern going into this year, was just how am I going to juggle everything? And I kind of decided, some of my personal business stuff I'll just maintain for the year as I'm teaching. But I knew there was just going to be a big learning curve. It's been a decade since I was in the classroom every day. I was excited to realize the teaching things come back pretty quickly. You don't forget it. Once a teacher, kind of always a teacher. And I have a great group of kindergartner students. I have 12 in my class, including my daughter. My one daughter, Lily, is in my kindergarten class. So it's exciting because it's the first time I've actually gotten to teach one of my kids in the classroom. So we're enjoying that. We're all enjoying that. But it has definitely been a big learning curve. So what does my schedule look like now? Let's just start with that, shall we? We'll go from there. So my schedule, I feel like we've settled into a schedule now. I can say that we have a schedule, and I'm excited about that because I am a person who needs routines. And that was one of the challenges, figuring out what we're doing. So here's how my days currently look. Again, this is 6 weeks into the school year, but I feel like we've all settled into our rhythm. So a typical day for me now is I get up about 5 o'clock before any of my kids or my husband, and I plan on having about an hour from that 5 to 6 where I do some Etsy work. I write custom books in my Etsy shop that I sell for graduation gifts, birthday gifts, confirmation, baptism, all those type of things. I take classic children's books and I add Bible verses to them, and I handwrite a Bible verse on every page of the story. I love doing it. It's developed into a wonderful ministry for me, and that's what I do. So in that quiet time in the morning, I wake up first thing and I try to write a book every day. And that's the first thing I do. And then it generally gives me time to do a devotion, a short devotion. I'm working through, it's called Unending Mercy by Chad Bird. I love this book. It's just a short one-page devotion based on a Hebrew word. And it gives me a really good depth of content, gets me in the scripture, but in a manageable way to be able to do that before the busyness of the day starts. I'll leave a link to that devotional in the scripture or in the description below. It's really a good one, and I would highly recommend it for anyone. So after that, but that's my 5 to 6. And then at 6 o'clock, I go ahead and start getting ready before I wake the kids up at 6:30. 6:30, I wake them up and we're hitting the ground running. We have about 45 minutes where I have to get all 4 kids dressed. I pack lunches. They pretty much eat lunch we pack every day. They rarely do hot lunch. So I'm packing lunches, refilling water bottles, getting breakfast, getting everyone ready for the day, doing the girls' hair. The kids wear uniforms, the older 3, kindergarten up, so it makes getting dressed simple. I have them lay their things out the night before, so they'll get dressed. And then my husband tries to leave around 7 to get up to school. And then the kids and I follow about 7:15. Thankfully, it's about a 15-minute drive to school. It's not super far. We've been listening to some Jonathan Park, I've forgotten the name now, Jonathan Park CDs on the way to and from. It's a Christian adventure apologetic series talking about creation and how creation and science do go together. But if you've ever listened to Adventures in Odyssey and your kids enjoy that, you definitely want to check out Jonathan Park. My kids love it, and we're working our way through that series. So we do that as we drive to school. Get to school. I have about 10 minutes in my classroom. The kids help me set up the chairs and just play a little bit with the centers before faculty devotions. And then the kids start arriving at 8:10. Our school day officially starts at 8:30, and I teach till about 11:45. When the other teacher comes in, she comes in about 11:30. We overlap from kind of that 11:30 to noon time, which is really nice to just have a little bit of transition. We can touch base, say, here's what happened in the morning, here's what's going on. I help her take the kids up to lunch, and then I come down and I am done for the day. At that point, Caleb has been in preschool the whole morning. My girls actually walk him across. We have a tunnel that connects our school to our church, and the girls walk him through the tunnel to where preschool is. He stays and eats lunch with preschool while I am finishing up my kindergarten day, so it's perfect. They are just finishing lunch as I'm wrapping things up in kindergarten. So I am done by, I would say, about 12:15 every day, and I'm getting him and we are heading home. At that point, we tend to run some errands, or we come home, do a couple things, and we just have a little bit of a time. I thought I would be using this time differently than I was. More about that in a minute. But in that afternoon time, it goes very quickly, I've learned, because by about 2:45, I have to turn around and we head back to school to pick up the older 3 from school when they get out. So they come home from school, homework, we're eating about 5:30, and then it's, regular life. So it's dinner, it's cleaning up, baths, getting everyone ready for bed, story time, and all of those things. And then it's time for bed. So I do read aloud books with the kids every night, all 4 of them, before we go to bed. And then I try to have them all in bed between 7:30 and 8 every night. My oldest son, Nathan, in 4th grade, he does read for a little while in his bed. He loves to read as much as I do. And every once in a while I catch him and I go, "You're still reading?" Because if he gets really into a book, he keeps going. He loves it. And then a little bit of downtime. And then most nights I find myself, especially at the beginning of the year, I didn't even make it till 9 o'clock some nights, but I'm generally in bed by 9:30 most school nights now. I've discovered I'm more of a morning person. I've kind of always known that, but especially after these full days, I'm tired and I'm done. It goes well. We do a lot during the day, but that is what a typical day looks like during the week. And so then we repeat that Monday through Friday. We are officially, I think, 25 days into our school year. So we're working our way through. It's going quickly. A lot's going on. But what's making the biggest difference to me schedule-wise? How am I making this work? as I was thinking about this the past couple weeks, I realized it's really quite a few key things. It's intentionally structuring my day and knowing there are certain times throughout my day when I'm doing certain tasks, and knowing that as what's helped me manage all the different things that are going on and transition, because I'm juggling a lot of different hats right now between wife and mom and home and school and Etsy and my website and YouTube, all these different things. I enjoy them all, but I can't do all of them every day other than teaching, which I have to. I have to choose and prioritize. So what's worked for me, number one, first thing is definitely those early mornings. Yes, I'm more of a morning person, but having that quiet time to be productive on something I want to do before the whole day starts and I start running, having that little bit of quiet time to work every day is wonderful, and I love it. And it definitely helps me just start my day on a good foot. I like doing that. I like having that quiet time in my devotion time before we start running. So that's the first one. And number two, along with that, I would say getting ready before the kids. Now, this doesn't always go according to plan. Some days Caleb's waking up a little bit earlier than, the 6:30 or one of the other kids is. And so then, I'm juggling things. But when I can be all ready before I wake them up, it just makes that next half hour of getting us all out the door a lot smoother. So that's really been huge for me, as we all have to get out the door, because last year, and for the last couple of years, I've been sending one or two kids out the door with my husband, and then later I would slowly get ready after everyone else left. But that's been a big switch. I have to kind of be the first one ready now to get us all out the door, all six of us out the door by 7:15 every morning. But we're doing it. We're making it work. Another thing that's made a big difference for me schedule-wise, I made some notes here, was doing errands on the way home. I have tried to really maximize every pocket of time that I have and to do what makes the most sense and time-wise and not waste time. So what that means is that after preschool, on the way home, Caleb and I do a lot of errands. Like, that's when we do our grocery shopping every week. If we have something else we have to drop off or pick up or rent to the library, even sometimes we will do it then when I already have him. He's eaten, so he's not too grouchy. And then I'll just eat a late lunch when we get home. But that really seems to work. And I've liked that time to run errands on the way home where we're doing something. It just makes sense. I'm saving gas as I'm driving by all these different stores, especially. So it's worked out really well. Along with that, then having that small pocket time in the afternoon, I've had to realize, I thought initially I would go into that and that would be blogging time, that I'd do some computer work while Caleb did some quiet time with me. And it just hasn't worked out. Mentally, my brain isn't ready for that after coming off of school. And it's just such a small pocket of time. So instead, I've had to transition to doing YouTube, which I can do in much smaller pockets. Or I also have found that's a great time to do some of my household chores, to clean the bathrooms, to do those, do some laundry, all those little things. I have learned, like, I will load the washing machine, I'll put the soap in and all the clothes ready to go. So as soon as I walk in the door, I hit go on the washing machine, and then I'm switching into the dryer before I leave, and it's just worked out. Little tweaks like that have been huge for me to do that. It just has helped make things go a lot smoother, and I'm still learning. If you have any good tweaks for me or hacks on how to save time and juggle all the things, please let me know in the comments, because I am open to any and all of them right now. And then, of course, when the kids are home, then we're hitting the ground running. Like I said, we've got homework. I'm doing dinner prep. I really have been continued to plan simple meals, and that has worked out. I'm trying to get better at meal planning ahead. I need to get better at that. And I know some of you are always asking me on grocery hauls, can you share your menus that we're doing? I am tracking them all to share in my monthly hauls. So I will share that with you. And as I get better planning week to week, I'll keep you posted on that too. Some of it is because it varies by the sales midweek. I just have trouble getting them all planned at the beginning of the week sometimes, but I'm working on that. That will still be tweaked as we go along. But I will say one of the other things that's making a big difference for me is cleaning my kitchen every night. I've always done that, but I have done that for a long time. And if you don't do this, I would highly recommend this habit. My friend Emily was talking about this recently too. It makes such a difference to come down and know my kitchen is clean. As soon as the kids are done, they're happy, they're ready to go play for a bit when we're done eating or we're starting baths and things. So I take that time to really just get all the dishes done, loaded in the dishwasher. I leave everything to drip dry, sweep the floor if I need to quick, and it just makes me feel so much better to come down in the morning and see that that's done. We do try to do a quick pickup every night so that my main areas are pretty cleaned up. The kids' rooms, on the weekend we tackle those and do a more deep cleaning, but having the basics done, and especially my kitchen, that is huge for me. I have to keep doing that. That just makes a big difference. And then this is the one that surprised me actually here, that's made the biggest difference, is knowing that my nighttime after the kids are in bed and I shower at night and so I'm ready, my night times have become a kind of do nothing time. I thought again going into it, I'm like, oh, I'll have an hour or so where I could do some work after the kids are in bed. By the time the kids are in bed and I've taught and I've gotten everyone there and prepped and everything for tomorrow, I am not good for much. I cannot do a lot of high mental energy tasks. So I have given myself a lot more flexibility in the evenings to do nothing. So some nights that looks like I'm just reading for a little bit, whatever strikes my fancy, a lot of fluff, a lot of nice feel good, just nice books, the nothing too heavy, just something I want to read that catches my attention. Some nights I'm watching Heartland. My friend Kaylin hooked me on this show finally. I'm on season 2. I'm enjoying it, about these sisters in Canada and a horse farm. Just a nice, wholesome, clean family show that you can enjoy and not think too hard about. And then sometimes I'm doing a couple classroom things. I really am trying to leave classroom things at school as much as I can. I do a little work one night a week on lesson planning and some of the prep, but I'm trying to do as much of that at school and compartmentalize. But some nights I'll cut some lamination or prep some projects that we need for the next week. But really just having that flexibility and giving myself the permission to say, you don't have to do anything right before bed. You've been busy all day. You have done a lot already. It's okay to have some downtime. That's been really good for me and something I needed to tell myself and settle into and adjust with that, because I'm a firstborn. I'm a perfectionist. I am juggling a lot. I know that. And so I put a lot of pressure on myself. But having that nighttime freedom has been really good for me. And then the final thing that has helped me time-wise or schedule-wise is that my weekends have become my blogging time. So my blog is a big source of my business. It's something I love doing. And there's a lot of different aspects to everything that I'm doing. So I need some time to work on it. And my husband's been really good about taking the kids on Saturday mornings, or the kids know that I just need an hour or two of work time here. And I just try to really do some concentrated blogging time. And knowing that time is available for me has been wonderful. Is it as much time as I would like? Well, no, probably not, but it's a chunk of time where I can get some tasks done that I've been looking forward to, because even though I have said kind of put pause on some things business-wise, there's still a lot to do from day to day and week to week. So having that set aside time, especially on Saturdays, but on the weekend, knowing that's when I can focus more on blogging, has been wonderful. So I've enjoyed that aspect of my schedule. So that's how our schedule is looking for our family right now. Do we have it all figured out? No, but do we have a good system that seems to be working for our family? Yes, I would say so. The kids really are enjoying having all of us there. It's been a smooth transition to having our whole family at school, which I'm very thankful for. They have all been wonderful about pitching in and going early to school every day with mom and dad. When both your parents are there at the school because they have to be early, you get to come along. Thankfully, a couple of the other kids have other teachers have kids there too. So that does help, but they are wonderful at just helping set up, or like the girls taking their brother over to preschool every morning. All these little things we've made it a family group effort here at our school, and I'm so thankful for that. So I'd say yes, we're settling in. That's kind of our life lately. It's pretty much revolved around school and getting settled into all these new routines. I hope this was helpful and that you kind of enjoyed hearing what I'm up to and how I'm juggling all the things. Like I said, if you have any tips for me, please let me know. I would love to hear them as we continue going throughout this school year. I have agreed this is a 1-year commitment right now, so that helps too, knowing that perspective and knowing that you can do anything for a year. And so by the grace of God, that's our intention. That's my plan this year, and we will see how the rest of the year unfolds. But I am so thankful for all of you and your support and encouragement and your prayers. You understood what a big change this was for our family. And so I hope this gives you a good glimpse into how things are going for us. And like I said, it's going well. If you enjoy this chat, please let me know. And if there's something you want to hear more about, I'll leave you with this just because it's fun if you made it all the way here. So one of the other things I'm loving, last minute things, is that I am loving the alone time with Caleb on the way home from preschool. And right now he is on a musical kick. So every day on the way home, he either wants to listen to Newsies. If you haven't heard Newsies, it's like our favorite musical of all time. I grew up with this, my sister and I, and we love it. But it's Newsies or The Greatest Showman, and he can sing those songs. So I'll leave you with that today. I hope it makes you smile just like this chat did. But here's a quick clip of Caleb singing one of his favorite songs as we were waiting in Carline the other day. So thanks for joining me. Enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one. Caleb, what's your favorite song?
Up the gates and seize the day.
Okay, you want to sing it?
Yes. Open the gates and seize the day. Don't be afraid. Don't delay. Nothing can make us. No one can make us. Here for whites away. All whites and seize the day. Open the gates and seize the day. Don't be. Don't delay. Nothing can make us. No one can make us give our way. Okay, the end.
Good job. What's that from? What movie is that from, Caleb?
The Newsies.
Do you like Newsies?
Yes.
Yes, mommy too. Good job singing.